afternoon. Good afternoon. Man, I truly jollipies for the delays. I jollipies for the delays. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. I'm not going to waste any more of your time. This was supposed to start at 12 o'clock, and it didn't. It's supposed to start at 1 o'clock, and it didn't. Thank you. You're far too kind. You put the mic up, raise the mic up just in case. Because sometimes when I be talking, I go to talking a little bit low. And it seems to be clipping me off. It seems to start clipping me off. So, y'all bear with me. Put my Wacom tablet here just in case I might want to draw, which I doubt because I got slides today, baby. I'm fancy. Today. I got slides today. And if you look in the description, if you look in the description, there's a link where you can download said slides. And I thought I was going to share the link. But looked like I closed out my Google Drive. Okay. Get link. Copy link. All right. Link is in the chat if you would like to download the slides. And the link is in the description below if you would like to download less slides. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. Let's get into it. I ain't gonna hold y'all up no longer. Y'all hold on for a second. Call them jalapenos that was on my sandwich getting to me. Hold on. So, little hand sanitization. All right, let's get it. Disclaimer. Y'all know what the disclaimer is. I ain't said it in a while, but y'all know what it is. Y'all check that out. So today, what are we talking about? Before we get into that, right, I just want to say to the tried and true gang, tried and true members of the Spider Gang, I'm proud of you for sticking to it. If you know anybody who's been struggling with ICT concepts or figuring out how to just apply it, that's all we've been focusing on this whole week. Every time I pop up on live this whole week, it's just I've been in teach mode all week, showing how to apply, how I apply. I ain't gonna say how to, showing how I apply the ICT concepts on an everyday basis, right? Everyday basis. Let's check this out, right? Let me get out of the slides for 1 second. Do y'all remember? It was last month sometime, right? Let me see if I can find it. It was last month. Here we go. Right here. What does this say right here? Properties. This was made on April 25th. What does this right here say? Properties. This was made on April 17th, right? When I open this up, right? Boom. What does that look like to y'all? Oh, Tim, I know. It look like what it looked like what we've been talking about all week. Right? I don't know if y'all remember when I shared this for how like shh, just do the work. Right? Shh, just do the work. Right? And what does look like? Right? Come down. You can tell over here is some kind of liquidity over here, right? Right. So we come down, we get a raid, we get displacement in our direction, we get a retracement back here to pick us up, right? That's the first touch. And then we get another one later on. This right here is from like around 2:30 one day. And then we come all the way over here to 2:30 another day, come back to that same area, right? Same thing. Raid, displacement in the direction of your draw, retrace back to pick you up. Displacement, retrace back to pick you up, right? That's the first touch, right? Displacement in the direction of your draw, retrace back to pick you up. Second touch. That was from when I had sent it out back at the beginning of April. I like, shh, because we taught these levels that we have been talking about. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff is stuff that we have been talking about, but I say the same thing. I say, hey, I appreciate you, Tranisha. Trisha always pulling up with the hard hitting super chats, man. Always pulling up with the hard hitting super chats. Right. I appreciate you. The entire week. Love the gang always. Yes. Right. And then this one over here. Right. What that look like? What that look like? Raid. Excuse me. Engineered some liquidity. Raid the sell side. Right. Displace in the direction of your draw, pull back down, pick up, go. Let's talk more work. I know a few of y'all remember this because somebody made a comment about it. Let's talk more work. Right? This was way last month before I even started doing these teaching type lives. Right? Because I've been saying over and over what have I been saying over and over and over and over and over on these lives. I do the same thing every day. I want to understand everything that Michael teaches so I know how to implement it into the same thing I do every day. And if you stick around somewhere in the middle, right? I ain't gonna say I'm gonna put the bonus at the end. I'm gonna put a bonus in here because I said we was gonna be talking about. I said we was gonna be talking about how to get in early, I think I said we're gonna be talking about how to get in early. Yes. How to capture more of the price leg, right? How to capture more of the price leg, right? This part 4, right? How to capture more of the price leg. That's what I said we're gonna be talking about. But as I was making the slides, I decided that I was gonna add a bonus in here, and I'm gonna put the bonus in the middle. So this is how it's gonna go. So you can tap out whenever you done and don't want to tap in no more, right? Like I say, y'all share this out with your friends and family. Be like, hey, Tim live right now. Pull up. He fun to go crazy, right? Tim live. Pull up. He fun to go crazy, right? I'm even gonna go live on IG, even though nobody be checking for me. IG used to go crazy for me. They don't be checking for me on IG no more because IG pissed me off and I stopped using it. All right, for anybody that's on the replay, I'm not cutting any of this out, so deal with it. Why y'all get on here and put up with me every day, man? Why y'all get on here and put up with me every day? Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. We fun to go crazy. We've been going crazy all week. I ain't even gonna hold you. We've been going crazy all week. If y'all feel like we've been going crazy all week, y'all put a 1 in the chat. If y'all feel like we've been going crazy all week, put a 1 in the chat. If you want to see the screen, I implore you, if you want to see the screen, come to YouTube. Cause we finna go crazy. We've been going crazy all week. We in teaching mode. Now, I'm supposed to be telling you the lineup, right? So we're gonna talk about what the thumbnails say after we've been on here 10 minutes. We're gonna talk about what the thumbnails say, right? I'm gonna give the bonus, right? The bonus that I like, I'm gonna add on, right? Because it's like I say, I want to know all the concepts so I know how to add them to what I do every day. And I've recently, got a bonus from ICT that I implemented already. And I done used it twice this week when it comes to the balanced price range. I done used it twice this week, because that helped me step up my own model. Because when you know all the pieces of the puzzle, you know how to identify it, like, oh, that's this, and it fits inside my model. Like Transformers, roll out. I mean, Autobots, roll out. Even though I like the Decepticons way cooler. But we gotta be good. So we gonna say we like the Autobots. Right? So and then I got a new bonus that I'm gonna give, because guess what? I've implemented this too. I've been wanting to implement this, right? And the bonus is how I ain't gonna say how to properly, how I add to my positions while they're still open. That's the bonus. I'm gonna put it in the middle. So the beginning is going to be how to get more of the price leg. The middle gonna be the bonus, how to add to your position. You know how ICT be adding to his position. I'm gonna tell you how I add to my position using everything that I've learned. And then I'm gonna go and show you the actual trade that I took in the afternoon, so that you can't say, well, Tim, that's not even a trade that you took that you're breaking down, because you was on the live with us when that move happened. So we know you didn't take that trade. You're just a furu. You're a grifter. So then once I show you how to get the move earlier in the move, then I'm going to show you the bonus. Then I'm going to show you the actual trade that I took, where I used getting in early and I used adding to the position. Let's get busy. What y'all talking about in the chat? What y'all talking about in the chat? Autobots for life. Decepticons go crazy. I ain't gonna play with you. I love the Decepticons, but we got to be good. So we gonna pretend like we the Autobots and we like Optimus. We like Optimus Prime in the Autobots. The only Autobot I really like is Bumblebee. Bumblebee is the only Autobot I really like, right? Because Bumblebee body. That's he the only Autobot I really like. But you know what I'm saying? The rest, they cool. I ain't got no beef with the Autobots, but the Decepticons, they just so raw. Yeah, man. They say the women love bad boys. You know them thugs. All right. Can y'all see my screen? Let me make sure y'all can see my screen. Yes, y'all can see my screen. Right? Let's get into it. Let me see if I'm going to cut these 14 minutes out. I might cut these 14 minutes out later. What we talking about, man? We talking about how to get in early on the price run using ICT concepts. This part 4, right? This is the last installment of the teaching style of videos I plan on doing for the near future. From here on out, it's just going to be like our regular talk about the price action. You know what I'm saying? going through, you know, regular price action videos unless somebody got a specific question that they want me to answer. After this right here, I'm taking my teaching hat off. I've been teaching all week, right? Y'all ready to say it with me? Did I tell y'all that the slide? Yeah, the link for the slides. Yeah. Do not deviate. What we got at the 4 things. What's the 4 pillars? Time, price, bias, draw. Let's say it again. Time, price, bias, draw. Right? Every time you want to take a trade, repeat this to yourself. Time, price, bias, draw. If you not trading during your specified time based off of your trading strategy, slap yourself in the face. If price has not done what price is supposed to do, right? Or if price is not doing what, because there's several steps. Y'all remember we talked about what price is supposed to do. If you didn't catch what we talked about price supposed to do, go back and look at the other lives. I think we talked about it yesterday. I don't know. I think we talked about it yesterday when price supposed to tip his hand, blah, 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 blah. Go look at that video. If you don't have a bias, right? The bias is, out of all of them, the bias is, in my opinion, the least important out of all of them. That's just my humble opinion. That's my humble opinion, because the bias, right? You can go against the grain on the bias. The bias can flip, especially intraday. The bias will flip. The bias wishy-washy. You know what I'm saying? The bias, that cousin, you know what I'm saying, that you don't know if they really gonna have your back when it get real. You know what I'm saying? They wishy-washy, you know? So the bias is the least important, but you still want to have a bias. You know what I'm saying? You want to have a bias, but the bias least important, right? Now the draw. The draw is your money maker. The draw is your money maker. The draw your money maker. So time, price, bias, draw. Say that every time you gonna try to take a trade. If all 4 of those ain't in place, including wishy-washy bias, do not be trying to look for your entry model. Now, I've beat that all, pause. I've hammered that idea home all week, right? Time, price, bias, draw. Let's move on. Let's look at the candles. These are daily candles right here. These are daily candles, right? That black line right there, right? That black line represents a weekly high, right? This is a daily candle right here, right? When we close, when this candle, we want to make this the interactive part of the day, right? Every time I ask somebody to put something in the chat, I want at least, it's right now it's 35 people on here, right? I want at least 5 people to put something in the chat every time I say, and when I ask your opinion, it's 36 now, right? I want at least 5 people to put something in the chat. So these are daily candles, right? This represents a weekly high. Based off of how this day closed, right? What is our bias? There's no wrong answers. Put what you believe. What is the bias? Based on, because all of this is dealing with stuff we already talked about. That's why it's interactive time, right? What is the bias based off of how this daily candle closed, and this represents a weekly high? All right. bullish, 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 bull, bullish, bullish, bullish. I agree. Looking at the daily candle, my bias is bullish, right? 4 brownie points. Bearish. We got a bearish. 4 brownie points, right? What was I about? I lost my train of thought. For brownie points. What? For brownie points. Why is it bullish, right? Why is it bullish for brownie points? It's just simple. It's one word. It's one word, right? One word. We didn't get, right? Yes, there you go. There you go. Close your above with no rejection, right? Now, let me put before I put that in there, before I go on, right? What is, now that we say we bullish, what is the draw? What's the draw? Not bear with me. Ain't no wrong answers now. Ain't no wrong answers. Right? Ain't no, get out my chat, Lex. Hey, ain't no wrong answers, right? Ain't no wrong answers. What is the draw? Right? Look left, next high. There you go. Right? The draw over here. Look left, next high. Right? Right? Now, right? This is the draw. Eyes cut off. This is the draw for right now. Right? Remember I told y'all, ain't no wrong answers. But let me give you some. It's cut off, but that says a pullback into discount PD arrays. Right? It says a pullback into discount PD arrays. Now, let me break it down for you. Why, if I agree with you that the bias is bullish, because we did not get rejection after taking out this weekly high, right? Because the candle is closing above all the way at the top, and it's showing you it's reaching higher, right? Now, let me give a little bit of context, right? This is Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, right? We're at a Friday, right? We're at a Friday. If I'm not mistaken, it might have been OPEX Friday. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yes, it was OPEX Friday. We're at an OPEX Friday, right? After an extremely spooled delivery to a weekly destination, right? And if the bias is truly bullish and the draw is truly over here, right? This is the perfect opportunity to pull back into a breaker to attack that high, right? So the bias is bullish, but the current draw is a pullback into a discount PD array, right? Notice I didn't say a pullback to sell side, right? A pullback to sell side, right, would denote bearishness, right? But since I'm bullish and it's Friday, I'm not looking to try to go long soon as the market open up. In the morning, I'm gonna be looking for a reason to short. And if the market does what I expect it to do through lunch, then I will look for a reason to go long and follow the true bias. Now, so since the draw is a pullback to a discount PD array, right? The short-term bias is bearish. Do we got any questions right now? I know I just hit you with a lot. Do we got any questions right now? Somebody said, let him cook. So we gonna cook. Now, let me see what my next slide is. Y'all had bumped my stuff out the way. I couldn't see my thing no more. Okay, now, what does Lil Timmy Rogers look for when we are approaching a destination? A higher time frame, PD array, a higher time frame. When I'm approaching my higher time frame destination, what do I look for? Right? What do I look for? At least 5 people. When we're approaching the higher time frame destination, what do we start to look for? Divergence. Divergence. That's only one, right? While we're looking for we're waiting on other people, divergence. We can look for divergence in the indexes, right? To see if, you know what I'm saying, there's something like a disconnect, a cracking correlation. But I personally like to incorporate the DXY, right? Hold on. I only see one person. I said 5. I'd like to look at the DXY to see if there's a cracking correlation, to see if something is, some debauchery is afoot. I still only see one person said something. 5 people got to interact. Now, we got our divergence, right? We see the divergence, right? And the problem that I used to have with trying to understand divergence, I tried to make divergence mean something, right? Let me give you a pro tip. I ain't gonna say a pro tip. Let me give you a little Timmy tip, right? Trader Mo. We talked about Six Sister. Six Sister is not allowed to be spoke about on the lives. Get out of here, Trader Mo. We are not allowed to talk about Six Sister. Six Sister is a new shiny toy that Michael has dropped in the middle of the kids' room, and we're not allowed to touch new shiny toys. We play with the old junked up toys that we've had all this time. We play with the toy. Don't go chasing waterfall. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. We are not allowed to talk about Six Sister, right? Now, little Timmy tip for divergence, right? Don't try to make divergence mean anything, right? Just understand divergence is a cracking correlation. Something is not like it's supposed to be, right? Something is not like it's supposed to be. So if you are looking for a reversal, right? If you're looking for some kind of reversal, be it a big reversal, small pullback, small retracement, whatever you're looking for, you want to see a cracking correlation. That right there, it's like giving more validity to your idea of taking this pullback or taking this reversal, or you know what I'm saying? It's giving validity. So don't try to make it mean, oh, the dollar showing strength and this, the NQ showing strength and this. If you see a cracking correlation, that's just supporting your idea that, hey, I'm about to get a pullback. I'm about to get a retracement. I'm about to get a reversal. It's just supporting the idea. Let's move on, right? You just said you like toys. Exactly. Exactly. Stop trying to keep up with everything. Forget the Joneses, right? Okay. Now, I think these are hourly candles right here, right? I think these are hourly candles. Now, this little area of consolidation right here, right? Based off what we've been talking about this week, right? What is this little area of consolidation called? Oh, I got it on the screen. I'm sorry, the answer right there. Never mind. So, soon as the day opened up, right, which is at 6 o'clock at night, right, we immediately took out the prior day's high, right? Immediately, boom, we took out the prior day's high, and then we started engineering liquidity, right? We started engineering liquidity right there, right? So, since we are, right, we're going into Friday, we're anticipating the market to have a pullback into discount PD arrays. We have a fair value gap here, right? We got a hourly breaker here, right? No, I mean, yeah, right here, right there. I'm sorry. We got an hourly breaker here. We got an hourly mitigation block right there. We got an hourly order block right there. We got a fair value gap here. So we got discount PD arrays sitting down here. The most important out of all of these discount PD arrays right here, when it comes to looking for a reversal or looking for a pullback, the most important one is this imbalance right here, this BISI. That BISI is the most important one to you because you're looking for a place to target, right? You're looking for a place to target as your exit, right? So we're expecting a pullback. Our short-term bias is bearish, right? Because the overall bias, remember I told y'all, bias a little hussy. She get flip-flopping on you. Flip-flopping, right? The overall bias is bullish because we look up and to the left and say, hey, market reaching for those highs, right? But bias a little hussy. She'll flip-flop on you, right? But it's Friday. Bias tired. It's Friday. Bias, she tired, right? So she ready to chill out. So now she bearish in the short term. She got to go back down here and pick up her fatty wop. She left some federale down here in this BISI, right? So we start engineering liquidity. Your radar's going off because you woke up and we're like, golly, we've been consolidating all night. Whoo, we got some relative equal highs. Woo, wait. We already dipped down below the sell side during the London. Whoo, wait. Man, this thing look like it's primed and ready to go. All I need is it to, once we engineer liquidity, right? What we do, we came here, we took out the high already. We start engineering liquidity. Now what we waiting on it to do, right? We waiting for it to attack opposing liquidity. What's the opposing liquidity in this case? If we are, our short term is bearish, somebody put in the chat, what's Lex? If you don't get your BISI, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, it's too much to be saying all that. So I just stick with BISI, right? ICT been calling them BISIs a long time. He was calling them BISIs back when you was trying to get me to find a low, high, higher, low, high cousin to the brother, uncle, sister, mother. When you was trying to get me to find all those, he was calling them BISIs and SIBIs back then. So for Lex and all the other people that be licking on the windows in the bus, a BISI is a bullish fair value gap, and it's a buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. That's why he calls it a BISI, right? They're BISI and SIBIs are categories, right? So the category of a bullish fair value gap is BISI, and the category of a bearish fair value gap is SIBI. That's a sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. So you have BISIs and SIBIs, right? Way too much to be saying buy side, blah, 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 all that, too much, right? Now, ain't nobody put the opposing liquidity in there, right? We're looking for a raid on opposing liquidity, right? We get that right here. Took out opposing liquidity right here on this candle right there. I don't have the time on there, but that's when we took out the opposing liquidity right there. I think that's around 8 o'clock, right? 8 o'clock. Because remember, we're talking about time, price, bias, draw, right? Time, price, bias, draw, right? So around 8 o'clock, right? We're getting close to our time window. I don't like to start trading until after 8:30, right? So around 8 o'clock, we're getting to our time window, right? This good. You can start as early as like 7:30, but I just don't like to get into nothing until after 8:30. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the news time. But I will, if it ain't on news day, I mess with it around 7:30, right? So and then look at this right here. Starts deplacing toward in the direction of our draw, right? Took out buy side, and this candle here start displacing in the direction of our draw, right? So based off everything that we talked about all this week, right? We wanted to engineer the liquidity, raid the opposing liquidity, displace in a direction. What do we call it? What do we call the displacement? Somebody put that in the chat for me, since y'all can't put nothing else in chat. What do we call the displacement around here? Right? We want to engineer liquidity, raid opposing liquidity, displace in the direction of our bias, right? Pang-yow! That's what we're looking for. We're looking for the pang-yow. Once we get the pang-yow, then we're going to wait on price to come back and pick us up. There you go. Now, we're going to zoom in what minute chart this is. Let me see. This 15 minute, right? 15 candles. You see this right here, why I say very important high right there? I'm going to show you why that's a very important high when we get down to the 1 minute, right? No, that's not the bonus. I told you what the bonus was. But remember that right there where it says very important high. That word is going, them words going to change. Now that we're looking at a 15-minute chart, right? We're looking at some 15-minute PD arrays. Y'all excuse this. We're looking at some 15-minute PD arrays, right? This is the hourly candle that started displacing low, right? If you haven't caught on just yet, right? I'm fun to give the spoiler of the whole video. I'm gonna go full screen to do this right here. Once you see it unfolding, just start dropping down different time frames. I go from the hour to the 15 to the 5 to the minute. Right? If you're not comfortable on the 1 minute, the 1 minute is where the magic happens for getting in early. But that's the secret. Once you start seeing it unfold, once you see the raid of the opposing liquidity and you see it start displacing, you know when it's displacing because them candles start moving so fast and make you look at your chart like that. Whoa. Then you start dropping down. That's the secret. If you don't want to stay around no more, bye-bye. Somebody tell them what's right over there. Somebody, if y'all will, tell them what's right over there. Bye-bye. Right? So, it's displacing, right? It started displacing. We on the 15 minute now. What are we looking at? We're expecting price to attack discount PD arrays. What did I say was the most important ones for you when you're trying to, you can go short or long if you're looking at discount or premium. The imbalances. Why is the imbalance the most important? Because what is the market always seeking? The market is always seeking balance and liquidity. It's always seeking balance and liquidity, right? So if it's always seeking balance and liquidity, right, you're looking to shave or close your position when you get to an imbalance, right? Because it's seeking balance. It's going to balance this out. It's going to get whatever liquidity it needs from there. In this case, it's offering sell side, right? It's offering sell side. This, in this case, is going down. And if you look closer, there's a 15-minute breaker down here. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know if it's 15 minutes or what, but I just know it's a bullish breaker, right? Because that's the close of a bullish breaker right there. And this is the open of the bullish breaker right there, right? And it's an imbalance at the top of that breaker, right? So if this is a bullish breaker, right? If this is a bullish breaker, now, based off of everything we just said, right? Based off of everything we just said. This right here for y'all greedy, over trading people, you should be taking note after note after note right now. Based off of everything we just said, if this is a bullish breaker right here, right? Even though you can't see this entire piece of the screen over here, right? What does it mean if price comes down here, right? It means that price over here attacked some opposing liquidity, right? Price displaced in the direction of your bias, and now price is getting ready to come back to pick you up. And what is this right here? This is a fair value gap in line with a breaker. So somebody is sitting right here ready to get long. So if you are a over trading just addict, right now you could be like, hoo, 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 I'm fun to go short over here and I'm gonna close and get long over here. But please don't do that. Please don't do that. Now, back to what I was saying. Okay, that's a very important high. Remember that high, right? Now, moving on. Why is that an important high? Y'all can't see the freaking, it's out. Hold on, man. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Why are all my pictures cropped out like this? Hold on, man. Hold up. I gotta fix this. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta fix this. Because all my pictures are cropped out. Is it a way to like copy a format? Is it a way to copy a format on what is this thing called? PowerPoint? Is the way to copy a format on PowerPoint? I can't do this. All my pictures all cropped out. Freaking picture thing. Y'all can tell I was rushing when I was making these slides. I had to go take my son to the gym, pick him up from the gym. I can't wait till he passes his driving test. Lex, you type fast and you do this stuff faster than me, Lex. Why you ain't do this for me? All my pictures all messed up. All right. If y'all want the fixed slides, then Don't download it until after the thing over. What slide we on? Okay, I see what slide we on. Oh, it stayed in the Oh, it did. Say. Why didn't it? Okay. All right. Okay. Now you can see, right? Very important high right there. All right. Can y'all still see my screen? Get out of the way, thing. Where y'all at? There y'all go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. Are you a guest here? Never a guest. Never a guest. Remember I told y'all how my kids be treating me? How my daughters be treating me? Well, the other day when my daughter called and I was on live, she said she was gonna call me back on her next break. She never called me back. And then my oldest daughter, she had moved, you know what I'm saying? Her and her old man had bought a house. And I asked her to send me a picture of the house. I'm like, hey, how everything going? How the puppy doing? How the dog doing? You know what I'm saying? How Saint adjusting to his new house? Send me a picture of the house. Never got a picture of the house. But I'm just gonna leave that there. Okay, so now that very important high on the 15-minute, right? This high right here on the 15-minute. Well, I said that's a very important high for the people who don't like dropping down to the lower time frames, like the 1 minute, right? It's some stuff that you get to see on the 1 minute that you're not really privy to if you're on the higher time frames. Now, it's not necessary. It's not necessary for you to see it, but I'm the type of person who like to know the why behind everything. So I go down to that 1 minute. He like the way I said, I sorry, Saint. I sorry. But I like to know the why behind everything. Now, this right here is something that I picked up on my, you know what I'm saying? Cause y'all know I got the master plan here. I be sitting up there listening to ICT Twitter spaces and I be taking notes, right? On one of those, it was either Twitter space or a video, he was talking about something called an immediate rebalance, right? So while I was watching the 1 minute, I noticed that we had got an immediate rebalance, right? We had got an immediate rebalance, right? And now let me point that out right now for you and see, this is where that 15-minute candle starts at. Okay, before we do that, right? So now we're on the 1 minute, right? We're on the 1 minute, looking at it on the 1 minute, right? Because we dropped down to the 5 minute, right? I mean, we dropped down to the 15-minute. We dropped down to the 5 minute. I didn't put that in the slides because I was rushing, right? So we dropped to the 15-minute. We saw it developing what we wanted. We marked out our 15-minute PD arrays that we're expecting to attack. You know what I'm saying? You can go down and mark the 5 minutes, make it smaller and smaller and smaller if you want to the lowest time frame, right? And then go down to the 1 minute. Now, on the 1 minute, we're zoomed in, and now we're looking at it on the 1 minute. And as you can see, right, we attack the opposing liquidity, right? And then we displaced in the direction of our draw, and we got a breaking market structure right there, right? Right, we got a breaking market structure right there. Now, you may be looking saying, hey, we broke a low right there, Tim. I don't care about that low. Y'all already know how I feel. I want to break the low, right? That sent us up there to break the high, right? The low that sent us up there to break the high is the low that I want to break, right? Because when we reject off this high, like we did here, reject the draw, right, is the low that sent us there, right? So once we take that low, right, that's my cue, right, to be looking for a fair value gap within this breaker. Once we break that low, that gives us our breaker right there. Why? Because that's a low with a higher a high to the left and a higher high to the right. right? We got a low with a high to the left and a higher high to the right. Whenever you see that low with the high to the left and a higher high to the right, that's the start of the breaker, right? That's the start of the breaker right there. Okay. And once we hit it, now it's a breaker. Soon as we pierce that low right there, boop, it's a breaker now. Right? So the key to getting in early, like I told you already, I already gave you the clue, was break it all the way down to the lowest level you're comfortable with going to, right? And now you just look for your exact same model. Rate on opposing liquidity, right? Displacement in the direction of your bias, right? Here's your breaker. Here's your imbalance. Now, why didn't I pick this fair value gap right here as the entry? Right? Why didn't I pick this one right here as the entry? Why did I pick that one? Why did I pick this one here? Two reasons. I'll just take, you know what I'm saying, the first one. Two reasons. Why didn't I pick this one? Why did I pick that one? It's two reasons, right? I'll take either one. I'm waiting. I'm going to sip something. I shorted. And ain't nothing wrong with that. And ain't nothing wrong with that. You got to know your comfort zone. Yeah, I didn't pick this one because it's in the discount, right? Yes, discount versus premium, right? This is the one that's in the premium. I want to sell in the premium. I want to buy in a discount, right? Now, the second reason, right? The second reason is connected to this immediate rebalance over here, right? Now I'm going to point out the immediate rebalance, right? When we came up here and took out this liquidity, right? Look at how we have the displacement on this candle right here, right? The displacement on, we went crazy, right? We went crazy to the downside. This candle closed right here, right? Let me see if I can y'all see that? Hold on. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let's do this right here. No, I got the wrong one. Oh, I got dog it. I didn't want to close that. Let's do this. Go down to the 1 minute. Where are we at? Friday. What time frame is this right here? 11 a.m. 9 right here. This area right here. All right. Make it grande. Make it muy grande. Okay, so now it's muy grande. Let me put this back over here. We put that back over there. So it'll be there when I get ready. And then let me bring my trading view chart back. Sorry about that, y'all. I jalapies. Okay, y'all know I speak extemporaneously. Now, if you look right here, right, we're talking about this immediate rebalance, right? If you look right here, this candle right there, right, we got some heavy displacement, right? Heavy displacement on that candle, and we look how far below. I ain't gonna say far, but we close well below the low on this candle right here, right? Well below the low on the candle right there. This candle opened up right there, right? Who cares about the price? Look at what I'm talking about, right? It opened up right in line in the exact same spot. If this candle continued down, right? If this candle continued down, that would give us, where's my freaking tool? Right? If this 901 candle, right, opened here and continued down first with this heavy displacement right there, that would give us a SIBI right there. That would give us a bearish fair value gap right there, right? If that candle opened and went straight down. But because of what ICT called the immediate rebalance, right? What does that mean, right? Price is tipping its hand, right? Price is showing you, I have no desire to go back up here right now, right? How does price show you that? The immediate rebalance is when you get heavy displacement, right? You close in a spot that should give you a fair value gap, right? But price immediately reprices that area, right? It immediately reprices that area. And you notice it came back to the low of this 858 candle, right? It went to the low of that 858 candle and stopped on a dime and then reversed. You see what I'm saying? Came up there, stopped on a dime and reversed, and stopped where? Right at the high of what would have been a SIBI if the price had kept going down. That right there is the immediate rebalance, right? That's letting you know I have no desire to go back up here right now. No desire to go back up here right now. And fast forward the tape and pull it out through time, and you see what the candles did. It had no desire to go back. It came back, touched that place once, came back, touched that place again, never went back up here anymore because of that immediate rebalance. Now, on to the next one. On to the next one. Put this over here. Now, what's next? Okay, so we right there, we getting short here, right? We're getting short there. That's our entry, as you already know. Looking from the other one, that's our fair value gap right there. We got the breaker market structure. This is our fair value gap. We're trying to get short on inside this breaker right here. It's in the premium. The reason why, then the second reason was because this is the highest imbalance in this area where price does not want to go back above. So we're trying to get short right there, right? If it came back here and kept going without us, let it go, because we want price to come back and take care of this, right? This is still in play, right? This is still in play until we come all the way down and break a low that negates the bearishness, right? This is still in play until we come all the way down and break a low that negates the bearishness, right? So don't chase it. Don't chase price. I used to do that and get burnt. Don't chase price, right? So now, and your stop loss would be right above this high up here. It's, if you put it right at the high, I think it'll be like 3.5 points. If you put it, well, right? So the stop loss right up there. And you see this right here was more than enough move right there. But this is all about getting in early, right? Getting in early on the move. You're like, oh, Tim, you just showing me something that's regular. And that's NEPA, right? We're going to zoom in on this area right here. That's the bonus. This area over here, that's the bonus. But we'll go back. Where's my picture? Oh, I didn't put in the picture. I left out a picture, but this is how y'all already know how it played out, right? Y'all already know how it played out. I left out the played out picture, but this is where we went in over here, right there. Is that the no? Right here. We went in here. This is where we went in right here. I'm giving away some other stuff over there. This is where we went in right here, and then this is where it ended up way down here. Way down here. Down there. right there. There it is. This is where it ended up. So we got in up here, right? Stop loss was up there, and it got in down there. Now, remember I said this was plenty move right there. Just getting in there, that was plenty move. But you know what I'm saying? If you had the wherewithal to hold it all morning, because you see right here, this is around 11:30, right? It came all the way down to the discount PDub rate. Hey, what's up, baby? What's going on? My sweetie up in here. Right? It came all the way down to that breaker down there. That breaker in that fair value gap. Remember what I was talking about where somebody was going to be trying to go long down here? See that bounce back up? Right there. That breaker right there. Now, let's go to the bonus. Now, that's it as far as how to get in early. I already gave you the secret. Once you see it start playing out, start breaking it down to the lowest time frame you comfortable with. The 1 minute, most of the time, is going to be the one that give you the opportunity to get in way, way, way early, right? But everybody ain't comfortable on the 1 minute. But understanding stuff like the immediate rebalance, understanding, you know what I'm saying, like once you get a raid on liquidity and waiting for that break in market structure, understand that price don't want to go back that way. You know what I'm saying? This break in market structure over here on the 1 minute, this immediate rebalance right there, all of that, that lets you know price don't want to go back up there. The lower the time frame you on, the more you're going to see it play out. The higher the time frame, you'll start to see it later. You know what I'm saying? You'll start to see it later. But, and like I said before, even if you like, if it came to this fair value gap and I was like, don't chase price, right? If it didn't come this fair value gap, it came back to this one and dropped down, right? Look what happened later. We dropped down here and we came back up above that fair value gap right there. Dropped down again, came back up again, right? So don't chase price. It's going to go and reprice and rebalance that stuff because it always seeks balance and liquidity. Right now, I told you before, we're going to zoom in on this area right here. Now we get into the bonus. This is the bonus, right? Have y'all ever seen when ICT be in a trade and he says, you know what I'm saying, he adds at certain levels and yada, 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 right? I have implemented that into my own trading, right? I have implemented that into my own trading where I add into trades based off of my trading model, right? Based off the understanding of stuff like the immediate rebalance, right? I know price don't want to go back up there, right? Based off of stuff like watching when it engineer liquidity and know what, and being on the 1 minute helps me to see where is it trying to go rebalance next. Where it's trying to go rebalance next, because on the 5 minute and the 15 minute, there's a lot happening inside those wicks that, you know what I'm saying, that I need to account for when I'm trying to make my entry, when I'm trying to place my stop, all of that right there. It's a lot of stuff I need to account for, right? So we're going to zoom in on this little piece of price action here. Remember, you entered back over here, right? This candle right there, I can't see the time, but this green candle right here, that's the one that picked you up right there. That's the candle that picked you up. You went back up to that important high. Remember that important high. It went back to that important high because the 15-minute candle started here. So as that 15-minute candle came up and made that high, right, the 15-minute candle high is over there, right? When it came back up here, came down there, this is the 15-minute candle high right there. That's the one I said was the important high, right? Because it stopped right there at the low of this candle right there at the same place where we came back and got that immediate rebalance. And you see how the algo know right here, I don't want to go higher than that. Come back down. Right here, I don't want to go higher than that. Come back down. See what I'm saying? That high right there lets you rest assured. This is the stuff where you see ICT when he have like a 3-tick stop loss. You know what I'm saying? Because imagine, right? Your stop will be up here, right? That's only like a 3-point stop loss, but you can have it sitting there with no worry because you understand all of the goings on inside here. Now, don't go try to implement this tomorrow. Please don't. Please don't. I studied and paper traded and watched and tape read this stuff a long time before implementing it. Now, don't if you get in the chat with you tried to do it, I'ma block you. Kick you out the gang. You hear me? Okay, so now we finna zoom in on this area right over here. Remember, we entered the trade here and we're still in the trade through all of this chop. We didn't take nothing off down here like idiots, right? Because this was a nice run. This you shouldn't be shooting no more than 10 points anyway in this market. You shouldn't be shooting for no more than 10 points anyway. This is a nice run, got you a good 10 points at least, right? But you held it through all this, right? Choppity chop. Now let's get into the bonus, right? Zoomed in on that little area right there, right? Now we're zoomed in on that little area right there, right? Now you see our stop loss up there. You see we still inside here. Before now we've back out to a 5-minute chart right here, right? We've back out to a 5-minute chart while we was in the trade because we want to see what the higher time frames are starting to look like with all of this right here, right? We don't want to never lose sight of any time frame, right? I got a 60-minute, a 5-minute, a 15-minute, and a one. I'm watching the 1 minute, but I got all 4 levels open so I can look at all the candles quick so I can see what it looked like, right? So looking back at the 5-minute, right? Looking at the 5-minute, we noticed that when we're messing around up here, right, with this right here, right, now we've come down, and from on the 1 minute, right, from on the 1 minute, we see that the only place that needs to be rebalanced is this 1 minute fair value gap right here, right? This premium fair value gap right there is the only place below that important high that still needs to be repriced, right? That's the only place. All the other imbalances from that important high, right, down to this low right here, this is the only one that still needs to be repriced to, right? So how are you going to use that information, right? Looking out at the 5-minute candle, right? Looking at it, the 5-minute time frame, you see that there's a 5-minute fair value gap right there, right? You got a 5-minute fair value gap right there, and looking at the 5-minute, right? This is the only imbalance that needs to be taken care of from that important high, right? So you know it's going to come back to here, but Lil Timmy Rogers want to know, what's my upside risk, right? What is my upside risk if I want to go in on this 5-minute imbalance right there, right? The 1 minute shows me my upside risk right here. There's a 1 minute fair value gap above the 5-minute is like down here somewhere. It's a 1 minute fair value gap up here. So now I know, right, if I choose to go in and add to my position on this 5-minute, I know I have to at least give it to this 1 minute fair value gap up here, right? So what I do, I choose to let it go without me if it hits this 5-minute and continues down. I choose to wait at the 1 minute to add to my position because I want to get the absolute best entry for adding to my position. I don't want a lackluster add. I don't want to be adding and taking all this unnecessary heat on my ad. I want the absolute best add-on I can. So I wait at the 1 minute, right, which is above the 5-minute, because if it come up to get that 1 minute, it is repricing the 5-minute, and I'm going to take an institutional order flow entry drill at the 1 minute right here. Now, let me give you something on the institutional order flow entry drill. In my experience, if you want an institutional order flow entry drill where price only comes one tick or 2 ticks inside the imbalance, I have started putting it right at the low. Because if when I put it one tick inside, it will come one tick inside, print my price, and don't pick me up. I don't care if I got 5 contracts or 1 contract. It will come in, touch my price, and don't pick me up. Right now, I'm looking for the mohawk, as ICT call it. I want see this little poke above this line right here. That's the mohawk. I want the mohawk to go through the price. You know what I'm saying? So I know I'm picked up, and then I add right there. Right? I add right there. Cause see, you notice right here, look what it did. It came up to the 5 minute and dropped. See you bye. I don't care. I'm willing to let that go because I want it here. Right? Come to the 5 minute institutional order flow entry drill and gone. I want it here. Right? As long as you don't go down and take out a low that negates the bearishness, I'm chilling and waiting for you to come take care of this 1 minute imbalance. Right? And then Bob's your uncle. It comes back and gives you the institutional order flow entry drill right there on the 1 minute. And then the rest is history. You know how it ended. It went down, baby, Yo Street in the Range Rover, and went all the way down to the 15-minute imbalances. Now, that is all I got on that. Are there any questions as I move into the section where I go through and show you the exact trade that I took based off of the same theories? Right? Turn that off. Turn my TDA on. Right? We're going to come over here. See all this blue stuff over here? All that blue stuff is me watching stuff, right? So here we go right here. Now, I ain't going to be before you long. I'm going to do this real quick. I ain't going up higher. You already see. Y'all already know what this is right here. This is the breaker that we had hit earlier, right? This is the breaker that we hit earlier, and we bounce back up off it, right? Right? This is the breaker. We come down to the breaker. We're inside the wick of the breaker. This is the close of the breaker, right? We're inside the wick of the breaker, and you notice right here, this is the bottom 15-minute fair value gap, right? This is a top. I got it broke down to the 5 minute, but it was a 15-minute in the same place, right? We got to the breaker, right? We went up all the way back up, and then we came back down, and look where we stopped at right here. We stopped at the low of this bullish breaker right here. If you notice, this whole day we spent it inside this 1 hour bullish breaker right there. Once we, I ain't gonna say the whole day, but from 11:30 up until the close, we stayed inside this bullish breaker right here. Now, right? So we got down to this daily. We got into the wick of this daily breaker, came very close to the close of the daily breaker, bounced off of it, came back down to the low of this bullish breaker, right? This hourly bullish breaker, right? And once we went back up, right, we took off, got a breaking market structure right here, right? What was left in the wake of this displacement up here, right? So we bounced back up, dilly-dallied around, right? Price came down, rated, right? It rated the sell side, right? How do you know it's sell side there? Somebody got happy when it took off and they got way up here and they, you know what I'm saying? They went up there and they moved, they stopped right there because they thought it would, see how it was like dilly-dallying right there. It was like engineering, pop down. It's always taking off right now. So they moved, they stopped right here. And then they said, got you. Boom, came down, took them out, right? Rated the opposing liquidity. Then it took off, gave you a breaking market structure right there. Right? Breaking market structure right there. What was left in the wake, right? You got all these imbalances right here, right? This is a 1 minute. This is a 3 minute. This is a 5 minute. They're all inside there, right? So when price coming down, right? I wanted to take care of this one. This is the one I want, right? So it came down and hit it, took off. Okay, you just got to leave me. Came down and hit it, took off. Okay, you just got to leave me. Came down, pick me up, right? Came down, pick me up. Why am I not worried about it going down here, right? Because price has come down and we have repriced. Over here, we have repriced, right? This BISI, right? We've repriced this BISI, right? We're waiting for the clue that it is now balanced, right? What does it have to do? Can somebody put in the chat and tell me what did it have to do for me to know, for us to know that this BISI right here is now a balanced price range? I'm going to take a sip of drink. What we repriced it, right? What do we have to do in here before we know, okay, it's a balanced price range now? I done been on here for an hour. Y'all need to type faster. I've been on here for an hour and 15 minutes. Y'all need to type faster. Ouch, just hurt my toe. It's a 15-second delay. I should have seen something by now. Okay. For everybody in the back, right? Once you reprice the imbalance, right? Price needs to come back down as far as it needs to go into that imbalance without breaking through it and then leave it, right? So here, when we came back down here, we came down to the low of this breaker and we left one tick below it, right? It came one tick away, right? So as price started coming back down, right? As price started coming back down to pick me up inside this fair value gap right here, right? I'm waiting to get picked up in this fair value gap right there, right? And you know where I'm waiting to get picked up at? All the way at the low. I'm waiting to get picked up all the way. Why am I waiting to get picked up all the way at the low? Why am I not trying to go for institutional order flow entry drill, right? Because all day long, price has been repricing and rebalances all the imbalances, right? Repricing and rebalancing all the imbalances. And we still got one tick left on this BISI, right? Before price proves that it's now a balanced price range, right? So I'm getting in all the way at the low, right? I'm expecting this BISI to hold right at the low of this BISI, right there at 41.93, because that's the only thing we need to touch, right? That's the only thing we need to touch, and then price get up off it, right? So now, boom, right? It come down, it picked me up, price come there, get it, boom, get up off it. Now, if you weren't trying to go in here, if you was waiting for this rebalance before you go in, right? I'll admit this right here was the risky Roger entry. But if you notice, price, once it touched the bottom, it took off. What it do? It give you another break in market structure right there, right? It give you another break in market structure right there. And then you pull back down where? Into that same imbalance again, give you the mohawk if you was waiting at the bottom, right? It give you a mohawk if it was waiting at the bottom, and then price starts to move up, right? Price starts to move up. Now, how did I scale in? How did I scale in more onto my position? I'm glad you asked that question, right? Once price took off here and started to pull back down, right? It picked me up here, right? Took off, opposing fair value gaps. What does that imply? A potential balanced price range, right? Meaning price has no need to go back down, right? A potential balanced price range. That's what them opposing fair value gaps give you a clue of, right? So as price is coming back down here, right? Coming back down here, got our balanced price range right there. When it took off here and started coming back down right there, I added right here at the low of this 3-minute fair value gap right there. Right there. That's the one I added. I added at the low of this 3-minute fair value gap right there. Right? Because there's no, I was giving it because there's a 1-minute fair value gap in here. Right? But I was giving it to the low. I said, if I get on the low of this, I'll take it. because I wasn't expecting it to come back down here anymore, because we've come back down into this, gave us a mohawk if you was waiting at the low, right? And then we left it. So I went in at the low of this fair value gap, took 5 contracts over here, added 3 contracts over here, right? And Bob's your uncle. Bob's your uncle. That's how I applied the exact same thing, but on the opposite side. And with that, I yield my time. And with that, I yield my time. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you for tuning in. Everybody who stuck around. Everybody who stuck around. We took different trades. Fire. Appreciate that. Do you have, what if the higher high of right side is higher than higher high of left side? It's supposed to be. There's only one higher high though. There's only one higher high though, SD. The high to the right supposed to be higher than the high on the left. So it's not what if, it's that it's supposed to be. Go to owl. Said this was I had this marked as a. That's the bullish. That was the bullish breaker. What was I can't remember. I had that. It was a bearish breaker somewhere. I know I had something that was marked saying, oh, I got it turned off. That's why. I'm like, I know I had something marked saying bearish breaker. Yeah. So in order to have a breaker, right? In order to have a breaker, all right. So this right here, this is the start. This lets you know that a breaker may be on the way, right? This is the start of the breaker, right? This when you see this right here form, when you see this right here form like Voltron, right? This right here lets you know that there is, you know what I'm saying? This may be the start of a bearish breaker right there. Right. So when you see, you know what I'm saying? Now, don't just be looking for breakers anywhere, right? Don't just be looking for breakers anywhere. Well, you can do what you want to do, but I'm gonna tell you how I do it. This is how I do it. I look for breakers after we have, taking liquidity, right? Whatever time frame you're watching, right? I start looking for breakers when we have taken important liquidity. If you're on a 1 minute, if you're on a 5 minute, if you're on a 15 minute, if you're on a daily, I don't care what you're on. This is when I start looking for breakers after we've taken important liquidity, right? If you have if you get a 3, if you see the old 3 drives pattern, shout out Lex. I don't know if Lex still in here, but if you see the rising bread or the melting butter setting up, ICT call it a 3 drives pattern, right? Start looking for the creation of that breaker, because that's a classic pullback or reversal move, right? I call it the smart money reversal. I don't know. I heard ICT use the term smart money reversal. So every time I see melting butter or rising bread setting up, I be like, oh, there's a smart money reversal coming. I'm about to get in. So, right? What's a 3 drives pattern? For those who do not know what a 3 drives pattern is, we're going to say this right here is an important high that we just took, right? So we took the high, right? We went above the high, right? We're just going to say discounted right here. We went up there and we wicked down. We went above the high, right? Now that we've gone above that high, right? We've came up once. These equal high, so we're going to count that as 1, right? We came up 2. That's the second time. And we've came up 3. That's the third time, right? That we've come above that right there. Now, this low on this third push up, when you break that right there, wait, this breaker right here, this breaker right here, that one right here, this breaker right here, that right here, that breaker right there should have you chomping at the bit. That's when I start looking for breakers when we take important liquidity, especially when it's tied to the 3 drives pattern, or if it's tied, shout out Lex with the rising bread and melting butter. If it's tied to that, so that right side on a bearish breaker, it's supposed to be higher than this. If this high is up here, if it's like this right here, that's a mitigation block. That's not a breaker, right? If you got the higher high over here, if it's a high there, a low there, a lower high here, and come down, that's a mitigation block, right? SD, I feel like you asked me that before. I feel like you're trying to sneak the same question in. Now get off my screen. Y'all got anything else? You're welcome. I appreciate you. Deborah, what you doing? You doing your fingernails? Hey, I don't see nothing else in the chat, man. I don't see nothing else in the chat. Lex, you still in here? I know Lex probably been gone. Lex can't hang around this long and no live. Lex, you still in here? Rose, you still in here? Do anybody got anything else? I'm about to call it. That's right. I'm about to call it. Y'all ain't got nothing? Well, I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. I don't see nothing. I think I done gave it the customary 15 seconds. You're very welcome. Supposed to have been fire. Oh, your nails. Oh, the nails. The nails was supposed to be fire. Okay, I got you. I appreciate that 100. Tell Jasper I said. Hey man, that's it, man. I appreciate y'all. I'm about to go watch You. I'm on season. I think I just watched. I'm either on the last episode of season 2, or I just watched the last episode of season 2. If anybody ever looked at You or haven't seen, so how many touches at Hold on. I know somebody who know. I know somebody who know that, right? I know somebody who can tell you that 100. Hold on. I know somebody who can give you that answer. Wait a minute, where my stuff at, man? Man, I got so much junk in here. I can't find my stuff. Oh man, what my? I done put so many pictures in here. My stuff all out of order. I'm getting frustrated now. Oh well. I give up. I give up. I know somebody who could tell you, but I can't. I can't find it. I can't find it. I don't know. It's not even there no more. Where did my crystal ball go? Where did my crystal ball go? Anyway, man, I said I appreciate y'all for coming through, hanging out with me today, man. I don't know where my crystal ball went. Thanks, Tim, to add to my vocabulary, melting butter and rising bread. That's Lex, man. Lex put me onto melting butter and rising bread. Let me show you what it is right here. So, melting butter, rising bread. Get me some lines. Lock it on line, right? So, you're going to come above, right? Right? Then you're going to go up once, come back down. Twice, come back down. 3 times, and then break it. Right. And then you're going to go, ooh, ooh. That's your breaking market structure right there. Right. That's your breaker right here. You want the breaker to be there. And you also want what makes it on steroids is if you got an imbalance right here. Once, twice, 3 times a matey. So that right there is the melting butter, right? That's the melting butter right there. And right here is when you don't worry about where this came back to. I just put that line there, right? But this is when we took out the liquidity right here. We came above the liquidity right there. It can be like this right here. It don't matter. It can be like that. It's like, but we came above the liquidity there. We took liquidity out. Then once we took liquidity out, we pushed above it once, twice, 3 times. And don't, you know what I'm saying? Here, like this could be the 3 here. So the once above can be 1, 2, 3. You see what I'm saying? That can be, you're just looking for 3 attempts to keep going higher, right? I just like it. It's just make it extra strong when you take it out. You know what I'm saying? You take it out and then reject off it hard, and then you push up 3 more times above it, and then boom, and then that's your melting butter, and then your rising bread would just be the opposite. You know what I'm saying? Wonder, can I just flip this upside down? Let me see how this work out if I just flip this upside down. Is it a way to flip this? How do you just, can you just like flip this? Ain't no way to flip inside here. Wish I could just flip this over. Like, Because I don't think turning it gonna give it the same. I don't think turning it to give it the same feel. Like if I was to get it and just turn it, I need to be able to flip it. Put your thing down, flip it, and reverse it. I dog it. Oh, I keep grabbing. See, I need to be able to mirror it. I can't mirror it, and I'm not gonna draw it. I'm not gonna draw it. I'm not gonna draw it. I need to draw it. One, two, three. There you go. Rising bread. Right there. Right there. There you go. Rising bread. There you go. Melting butter, rising bread. All right. Take out the cell side. Take out the cell side. 1, 2, 3 pushes. Break. That right. It ain't got to go that far. Like I went way up there, but break that right there. Then come back to it and pick you up. There you go. There you go. I don't even know. I didn't try alt. No, alt ain't doing that. No, alt ain't doing that. You're welcome. All right. That's it. That's it. I appreciate y'all. I will see y'all Monday morning. Now remember, all of the teaching stuff is behind me. I have taught everything I know. I am a complete open book. I've said this from the beginning. I don't have anything. I don't really have anything to teach at all, but I've shared everything I know, every single thing I know. So now all of the videos will be price action videos. I will still ask if people got questions, and I will give my take on whatever question you have. But for the foreseeable future, I can't think of any other thing I can make a class out of, because we get caught up in like being just like career students. We get caught up in being career students. Execute. We have to execute. I only have one model that I trade. Yes, I know a lot about other stuff, but when I see come out with Six Sister, Silver Bullet, Event Horizon, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Shazam, Shibuki, whatever he come out with, who cares? Pick your model, back test your model, execute on your model. Speaking of executing, if you would like to become a funded trader and you're thinking about using Apex, please, I have an affiliate link down there. Right now, they're having an 80% off sale. That link is for 50%. But if you click that link, all you got to do is change it to save 80, and you will save 80% off of any of the evaluations you attempt to take. But it is an affiliate link. I'm not sponsored. If you sign up under that link, I get a small commission. And I thank you if you choose Apex. Apex is the one I chose. I have no beef with any other prop firms, but Apex is the one that fit me. So please use my link. Hey, time to execute, man. Get out there and execute. I have no more teaching to give. If you desire to be taught by me, if you desire me to hold your hand, if you desire me to if you need some extra attention, you can DM me and we can discuss a price for me to hold your hand for about 3 to 6 months. The longer I hold your hand, the more expensive it will be. Just putting it out there. 3 months is going to be at least $1,200. Or you can just sit around here every day and soak up game for free. It's on you. I know I joke a lot, but I'm dead serious. Dead serious. 3 months, hand holding, left seat, right seat, 1,200. 6 months, I don't know what it'll be. But I don't want your money. Take your money, put it in your account, pull up here every day and ask your questions. I ask every day, does anybody have anything? No one has anything. Execute. If you have no more questions, back test, read the tape, get comfortable with your model, and execute. Don't be a career student. Don't be a professional student. Don't just get study drunk. I'll see y'all on Monday. Yes, I'll see y'all Monday at 9 o'clock for the overnight price action. Enjoy y'all weekend, man. I'm gone.